good day, whatever time it is where you're watching this. I am just me today. Scott is at rugby all day, so I thought I would do a day in the life vlog. It is Saturday, and I had 2 Etsy orders come in, so I'm going to go ahead and take those to the post office, and I think I'm going to go to the farmer's market this morning. Just want to see if they have any like butternut squashes or spaghetti squashes, and then I'll probably get an iced coffee from my favorite coffee stand if they're there. If not, I have cold brew in the fridge and I'm happy to drink that. Yeah, so we are heading out the door. I was able to get my iced coffee for $3. They are local roasters, and then they don't have a shop. They only set up at the farmer's market. So we like supporting them. Okay, so all of this was from the one booth. One of the only organic booths came to $20 for all of them, which is a bit expensive, but it's from our local farmers and it's good quality. So I came across this first, and this is the only one that I saw from their booth. So I got that. And then look at, hold on, I can't even use one hand to pick this up. Look at this monster. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the guy that we used to get our eggs from, now we get them from the Amish, so we don't get them from him anymore, but he had this giant butternut. I mean, look at this. Look at this comparison. I can't believe this. This is hilarious. So he had this butternut at his booth, and it was $1.50 a pound, so this ended up being $13, but this is gonna make us so much butternut soup, and butternut soup is Scott's favorite. See how much it makes, and I'm thinking about jarring some and freezing it. We'll see. And these were only $6 for these little tiered candles, and I love candlesticks, and I have plenty of candlestick holders that I need to put candlesticks in, and I thought $6 was such a good price, so I got those, and that was it from the farmer's market. So I was getting ready to go out in the garden and clean up some things, cut some herbs. My drying rack is pretty much empty. I've been slowly putting the dried herbs in jars, and so I want to harvest as much herbs as possible. So I'm gonna do that here in a bit, but I realize I need to make more laundry detergent because I'm completely out. I've been making this recipe for over 2 years now, and I absolutely love it. I know some people don't like borax. We've never had any issues with borax. There are recipes out there that exclude borax if you are sensitive to it. I have a reel about this on my Instagram, but you just use 1 bar of Dr. Bronner's soap. I'm sure you could use any bar of Castile soap, or I don't know, you may be able to use any soap. I'm not sure about that. I've just only ever used the Dr. Bronner's Castile soap. So I went ahead and shaved that, and then I will go ahead. Now I have 2 cups of water that I have heating up, and so I'll add this to the water and mix it until it melts on medium heat. And then you'll need to get one of these 5-gallon buckets. You fill this halfway up with water. Once the soap's melted, you add this to the water, and then you add 1/2 cup of super washing soda and 1 cup of borax. Stir it up, and then you'll add whatever essential oils you want to use. So I've added in the past orange, lavender, grapefruit. I don't notice a huge smell with it, so you probably don't even have to add essential oils. You just let it sit overnight and it'll kind of thicken up, and then I always add them to my jars. So I have these 2 jugs, glass jugs, and I add those, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And so last time I made this recipe was at the beginning of February. It's now the beginning of October. So it's lasted me 8 months, which is amazing. I haven't had to even think about laundry detergent for 8 months. So that makes it like pennies per load. Oh, and then it's 1/2 cup after you've made it. It's 1/2 cup per like full load. Okay, so I have decided that I'm not actually going to add any essential oils to this mix because, like I said, last time I added it, you really couldn't smell it anyways. And I just discovered a fabric softener recipe that does use essential oils, so I think I'm rather going to use that. Now, this recipe says that you should wait overnight to use this, but I need to do laundry today. So I'm just gonna mix it really good and use it today, and then tomorrow I'll decant it into my other jars. I will link the recipe to this. I'm pretty sure this is from Farmhouse on Boone. Was outside enjoying the beautiful weather, picking herbs and tomatoes and cucumbers and sunflower heads. I'm out of breath because out of nowhere the sky just got dark and started pouring down raining. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have my sheets on the line. Okay, so I've got these guys. So I've got sage, Thai basil, spearmint, lemon verbena, a little bit of motherwort, and dandelion. And then if we go outside, to bring these in, I've got lemon balm, tomatoes, and cucumbers. Look at all these cucumbers. I'm so excited about these. So we'll bring them in. You guys have seen this setup before of me taking off the herbs and putting them into jars. So that's what I've got going on over here. But I did take a pause because I was getting my sourdough starter going, and I have some seeds laying on the counter in the kitchen. And so I want to go ahead and put them away. These envelopes, we had them in our storage unit when we were in South Africa, and we did not ever intend to be in South Africa for as long as we were. We just thought we were going to be over there during some cold months, but we ended up being there until August. And so we didn't get a heat or a temperature controlled storage unit. We just had an outside one, and it got super hot in these envelopes, all sealed. But I was like, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to throw them away. But I'm so glad I didn't, because what I'm doing is I'm just slicing the top of the envelope off since they're already sealed up, putting my seeds in it, and then rolling it down. And then if you remember the drawers that I got from the one auction haul, I'm gonna organize them all of my seeds by type and then alphabet. And so hopefully I'll be able to do that today, actually, since it's still raining outside. Okay, you can kind of see how I am sorting them into piles, like all of my gourds. This is in the wrong pile. Sunflowers, radishes, peas, all of like the lettucey type ones, and tomatoes, all of our flowers, herbs, peppers, different type of berries, and then carrots and fruit trees. These are the two drawers, and aren't they just so perfect? Okay, here is the final product. I love it. I think I might, well, I was gonna lower these down like a little bit, like fold them. Let's see how low that would look to make it not so like high up. I don't know, we'll see, but I think it looks really nice. For once in my life, I feel like I'm organized with my seeds. I've never been this organized. So the only thing that's like not organized is this other vegetable section, but it's like random stuff that I'm not gonna have a section for, or stuff that I don't wanna grow again, like broccoli. I do not wanna grow broccoli anymore, so I don't wanna give a spot for them. Yeah, I'm really, really pleased with how beautiful this looks. Okay, it is 8 p.m. and I'm going to show you what is happening right now in our kitchen. So first I will show you the sourdough. It's on its final bulk ferment. In about 20 minutes is when I will separate it and put it into its bowls and to be put in the fridge overnight. And then I decided to go ahead and make pickle relish tonight. I'm following a recipe. I can't remember the website's name that I'm following. I'll put the recipe link to the relish below. And then over here, we've got chicken feet. So I have about 8 pounds of chicken feet in our freezer from pastured chickens. We got these locally, and this right here is 3 pounds of chicken feet. I'm gonna do a crock pot overnight tonight of bone broth. I also have some chicken bones from previous meals in the freezer, so I will add that to the crock pot, and some carrots and celery and onion. And I need to show you what's going on in here. I'm drying out our chilies, and the green pepper I think is actually a cayenne pepper. I thought it was a banana pepper, so I cut it yesterday for our pizza, our homemade pizza, and I was like, you know, we should probably try this before we put it on the pizza to make sure it's a banana pepper. Both of our mouths were on fire, and Scott can handle heat way more than I can, and yeah, I think it was a cayenne pepper that hadn't turned red yet. So we're gonna go ahead and add that into the chili flakes. Okay, so wrapping up the evening. Still need to finish the relish, but the broth has started. I just need to put the lid on it. And how cool is this? Everything in here except for the chicken feet and the onion that I got from the farmer's market today. Everything else is from our very own garden. It was so rewarding to put in the carrots from our garden, the carrot tops, parsley, dandelions, celery, leek. I am just so grateful and feel so blessed. So putting the lid on this, I'm gonna let it simmer for 12 hours. And then I'm over here still chopping away. These probably are not small enough. Maybe I'll take my scissors and just like go through it and cut it up. I still have yet to do all of this, and then onion, and then I'm pretty sure you let it sit overnight. Good morning. So it's a new day. Scott spent the night with rugby. I had a late night last night. I realized that when Scott's not here, I push my bedtime back quite a bit, but also it was because I was trying to get that pickle relish done. I realized I had so many cucumbers that it was gonna make a ton of relish. So I was like, what if I try to make a fermented relish as well? So I used several cups of the pickles or the cucumbers to make a fermented relish, which I finished that. The pickle relish had to be sit overnight, so it's currently on the counter, and that I quadrupled the recipe because I had so many cucumbers. And then this morning, woke up, turned the oven on hot, and then now the sourdough is baking. However, my oven mitt had a hole in it. So when I went to grab the handle of the Dutch oven, literally right where the finger is where the hole was. So I burnt my finger, which is never a good experience. I've been putting it on ice all morning. But then I remembered I have that burn salve. So if you watched my homemaking video where I was talking about the salves. So this is literally, as of today, it's ready to be strained. It's been 1 month as of today. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the salve. This will be the first salve I ever make, so that will be an experience. So I just realized I don't have the containers to pour the salve in once I make it. So that will be for another day. I'm actually on Mountain Rose Herbs website right now to order some because I have the dropper bottles, but I don't have any of the like open jar ones. So I'm gonna order some of those, and then I might order a few other things that I've had on my list of things that I need to get. One of those being milk thistle. So my chiropractor encouraged me to start taking milk thistle, and I had the tincture for a long time that I got a while back, and then we've used it all. And so I'm thinking about getting the powder from Mountain Rose Herbs, and then making my own capsules, kind of like I did with the ashwagandha. Look at these beautiful loaves of bread. I've never attempted this pattern before, but I kind of like it. It's kind of nice. Okay, here we are. The soap is beautiful. Ooh, just splashed it all over me. If you make this at home, it's like kind of gets a little bit gelatinous, like thicker. And I will go ahead and I'm gonna pour it into my 2 jugs, and obviously not all of this will fit in there. And then I'll just put the bucket in my hallway closet when I'm done. Also, yesterday I did make the fabric softener. It was made with Epsom salt, baking soda, and I added lavender essential oil to it, and then I added it to all of my laundry yesterday, and so far I really like it. So I think I'm gonna be doing that from now on instead of adding vinegar. The cooking continues. I am now making our butternut soup. So the giant butternut is in the oven. Scott's home now, so he helped me cut it up, and I'm cooking the onion. I did 2 onions and 2 bulbs of garlic. That's simmering, and then I just cut the butternuts like in quarters, well, Scott did, and then I'm gonna put them all in the VITAMIX with the onion and garlic, blend it all up, and then I'm going to add the broth, the bone broth. I'll add 1 quart of that to the soup as well, and then I'm gonna go outside and pick some sage to add to it. And yeah, we also have meat that's being crock potted, a ribeye roast, and I still have yet to finish the pickle relish because I've just kind of taken it easy today. Going a little slow with things, but I need to do that tonight. So I've washed all of my jars, and I just need to finish the process. Okay, so the butternut is cooked. You can see that it has taken over the entire cast iron, but it is well cooked. I actually don't take the skin off of our butternut. We know the farmer who grew this, and he grows everything organically, so I'm not worried about taking the skin off. When I used to work at Trader Joe's and I would buy butternut, they usually never had organic, so I would always peel the skin off then. But yeah, I don't think there's a need to. You blend it up into the soup anyways, and it doesn't change the flavor. And like most things, the skin probably has a lot of nutrition value. So you notice this little guy back here. If you watched one of my previous auction videos, I got this double broiler. It's made out of solid copper and ceramic. I got it for $5. So this is going, I'm not going to bake with this, but this is going to be for making my salves and oils and stuff. Just cleaned it really well today, and so I was going to make that burn salve, but then I realized that I didn't have the jars to pour it into. But I thought I would show it to you since it's in the background. I just think it's the most beautiful pan ever. I'm so excited to actually get to use it. Went to the garden to pick some rosemary and sage. I'm going to add that to the soup. The grilled cheese is started. I haven't added the cheese or the meat yet because I want to make sure the soup is hot enough. I'm gonna throw this in. Dinner is served. Got our sourdough bread. It's looking good. Okay, here is all of the relish. I never thought I would need this much relish before. So this will be for chicken salad, maybe sandwiches. I don't know. I've never really been a relish person, but we are now because we had plenty of cucumbers for it. Okay, and then our chest freezer, which is mostly empty because we're getting our quarter cow and half of a lamb hopefully here soon, but it is filled with our soups. So I got 4 of these big jars of butternut soup, which will be wonderful for winter, and then 3 jars of bone broth. So that is a huge blessing. Praise God. Thank you all for joining me on this homemaking blog. I bless you, I bless your pantries, and I bless your home.